Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Jesse Jackson III, the founder of the Planet Seed Counseling and Healing Center, where we are helping families to to improve, restore lost and damaged relationships, and to overcome traumas that have really caused people to put their life on hold, destroyed relationships, destroyed futures and destinies. And that's what we want to do, is to help you to get unstuck. And that's what this is all about. In this part three, we want to deal with what I call the worst crime against humanity, and that is molestation. So many families have experienced molestation. So many people have dealt with molestation in their life. The data tells us more than 50 million adults' life has been affected by molestation as a child. And what that means is, for so many of them, they never told anyone. No one ever uh, knew that it happened. And if they did, the kid was made to be a liar. The kid was said, no, that didn't happen. And the data tells us that only 35% of the children report sexual abuse. So if that tells you, just a third of the group, you've got 30 million folks out here who've been molested, who've never told anyone, who've never had the opportunity to heal, who've never had the opportunity for closure, and they have lived their life as an adult with the damage and the trauma of someone sexually molesting them. The FBI reports that like 1 to 10% of people who are reporting mental illnesses have been sexually molested. Well, we know this is very true because mental illness is something that comes about by depression, hopelessness, and fear. And when someone violates a child, it can impart that into their heart for all their life. And that it can be depressing. That can strike fear in the heart of a child. Some of the things that we really want to take a look at here is that the process of molestation, and you got to understand, molestation does not only occurring when people are penetrating children, it is occurring with some of the statements that are made to kids. It is with some of the way someone is looking at you. A lot of people there's been inappropriate statements made to you. Your breast is big. Oh, you got a big old butt, and and look at you, and man, that type of thing, and men looking at you in a certain way. That's molestation. People looking at you in the bathtub. That's molestation. Fondling you. That's molestation. And so we want to put to rest. We want to put to rest and put to bed all forms of this evil, which is molestation. Molestation has never been properly handled. People think, you can write books about it and that's the way you get free. And let me tell you, no, this is a professional way to deal with that. And because if you don't deal with it the way I'm going to show you, it'll be with you for the rest of your life. So this is a Freedom Day for millions of Americans, and I really give you the responsibility to share this video with every single person who who's ever dealt with the curse of molestation. We're going to help you to get it out of your life. And when you check the sexual abuse patterns from 7 to 13, that happens at a very early stage in life. It impacts how you view life and how you view people and how you view the world. And with the amount of we're approaching 1 million registered sex offenders in America. So molesters, this stuff is common. It's typically someone in your family, someone who was close to you. So in most cases, that in 70 to 90% of the cases, you knew the person that did it. So what does that do? It really breaks trust. It really does something to you internally that you're going to have to make a decision to say, okay, I'm going to really need some help to go about dealing with this, and that's what we're here to. So here are the 8 do's and don'ts in how to heal and move forward from molestation. And I really want you to take very, very good notes and watch this as many times as you need to, because this is something I want you to understand. So the first part of this is that you do not keep molestation in your head. You don't keep it in your head. You do not keep molestation in your head. You don't just say, well, only I know about it. No. You don't keep it in your head because it'll drive you crazy. It will produce mental illness. It will produce depression. It will. It will make it so that you can't have healthy relationships with anybody, not men or women, anybody. And I really know that a lot of people who engage in the same-sex community have been violated in this way. And there's a violation that has occurred, and where people, uh, think that that's the way it's supposed to be, and they just stayed with it. I'm the full disclosure. I had a family member who I knew uh, was molested, a male, and was convinced that, don't tell anybody, this is normal, this is natural. I've had clients tell me that, the person just kind of told me this is the way you do it, and it's natural that it's okay. And they grew up thinking that, okay, a man is touching a boy, that's normal, and don't tell anybody. Folks, that's a lie from the pit of hell. That's evil. No, it's not. No, it's not okay. No, that's garbage. No, don't keep it in your head. So for many of us, it is time to share. It is time to come out. It is time to get it out of your head. So right now, I want you to write it down. And number 2 says you got to tell someone. Now, what happened in the past is sometimes we told our mother, and sometimes we didn't want to tell our father because we thought he would kill somebody. Listen, that has nothing to do with you. See, and then see, what does the violator say? The violator says, if you tell anybody, I'm going to hurt them. I'm going to hurt you. Think about it. It's always been a lie. It's always been a trap. It's always been a threat. It's always been to invoke fear in you. You can't live your life with fear. You can't live a life like that. And that's the problem. That's what's been going on for decades. That's what's been going on for decades. And so it's time for you to release. It's time for you to tell someone. And so listen, for a lot of you, I am going to be that someone that you tell. I am going to be the first person you told. And you know what? I fully accept that responsibility. I fully accept it. And when we talk about it, it's going to be the time that we're going to be able to set it on the table, analyze all the parts of it, and be able to bring it to a place where we can crush it and you can move forward. But that's the process. So you got to tell someone. And if someone has said, you told someone in the past and they didn't believe you, and listen, that was all a part of the cover-up. And now it's time to get uncovered. Number 3, don't blame yourself. It's not your fault that some idiot touched you inappropriately, talked to you inappropriately, touched the kid. It's not your fault. See, that's what they'll tell us. Well, you asked for it, and you were sitting on his lap. And, I work with one heinous, evil individual who definitely needs to be killed, and he's in prison forever, but he needs to be killed, and every day in prison they tried to kill him. And he tells me that his 9-year-old daughter, it was not his fault that he had to have sex with her because she just kept sitting on his lap. His 9-year-old daughter. See, I'm shooting straight with you about this stuff, see. Nobody would say that. See, there's certain people got to be, that's evil. You're right. Did you? What, man? She asked for it. My 9-year-old daughter sat on my lap. That's psychotic. So some people you got to stop because their mind just doesn't function like a human. So you got to stop them. You know what I mean? So, but that's from a legal perspective, and that's from a father perspective I'm talking, okay? So that's what I'm saying to you. So you just got to understand, don't blame yourself. That stuff that's went on and happened, that young woman, she had to testify against her father in a court of law and walked around blaming herself, and her father's like, well, you put me in jail. Really, dude? Come on, dog. That's garbage. That's garbage, man. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. Look me in the face. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I don't care what they told you. It's not your fault. I don't care. Well, I was 13. I was 14. It's not your fault. Well, I knew I could have done something different. It's not your fault that somebody to put their hands on you inappropriately and molested you. It's not your fault. Don't you carry that weight, that lie around in your life thinking that it's your fault that some idiot does some mess like that and inappropriately touches you. That's men and women. That's men and women. I'm talking to you right now. We're going to get this, man, we're going to beat this thing. Don't make excuses for the abuser. Well, Uncle Willie got drunk, and he always, no excuses. You rescuing a predator. You rescuing. Well, he wasn't on his medications. That ain't no, man, you better get the hell. Listen, stop that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. There is no excuse, and you don't rescue an abuser. Stop it. There's no excuses for molesting someone. There is no excuses for inappropriate sexual conduct. None. Number 4, don't lie about it. If it happened, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't. Don't play games. Okay, this is someone's future. This is not something you lie about. You don't lie on people in that way. I've known people that have said things to get people out of the house. No, man, don't do that. That's wrong. You can't do that. Number 6, you do hold people accountable. And I'm always talking about somebody is at fault when a kid gets molested. And whose fault is it? You got a mother and a father. And the father's duty bound to protect his kids. And the data says that well over 70+% of these abuses occur out of the care of the biological father. So the father is liable, meaning, dude, because you got to be watching. And then we'll say a lot of times, well, the mother had that boyfriend around my daughter. Whoa. Nope, that's your kid. Well, ain't nothing I can do. See, you sound like a loser. See, think about this. There's nothing I can do, but my kid got hurt. How does that even, it doesn't even sound right. Somebody's going to take the hit. All right, it's mom's boyfriend. Okay, mom's taking that hit. Father let it happen, knew about it. They didn't do anything. See, that's what I'm saying. People got to be vigilant about protecting their kids. You can't just, I let them ride the bus every day and something happened on the bus and, the bus driver should have been watching. Really? It's no one's job to protect my child but mine. And if I leave them with somebody who doesn't do the job, I'm liable. I'm not looking for nobody to blame for my child because I left them there. I'm their father. You got to hold people accountable. You can't walk around like, well, they did the best they knew how to do. That's some bull. And we don't accept excuses here. You can't get healed on excuses. That's why people's wounds are fresh, because nobody wants to take, well, I'm sorry. We know you sorry because you are liable. Dad, well, my father wasn't in my life. Do you think you are excused from liability because you weren't in his life? No. Hold him accountable. Don't be vindictive and want to kill him. So think about what I'm saying. So you as the victim can't sit around and be vindictive and plan years of how to go kill someone. You know what I'm saying? You can't spend years figuring out how to go do something to someone because that is going to put you in a situation where you're going to lose. You can't plan and go kill somebody. You just can't do it. You just cannot do it. You can't sit around and plan like, I'm going to go kill you. I'm just been thinking about this for a long time, so I'm planning it. That'll get you in trouble with the law. So that's what I'm saying. It's time to release it. And you can't sit around and plan a killing. Just can't do it. It'll get that you go to jail for that. And then you lose. And that's not what this is about. And then don't continue to be a victim. Don't continue to be a victim. It is time for us and it's time for you to say, no more victim. I'm not a victim. I am not a victim. I'm going to do my work. I'm going to address this thing. And it's time for me to address it, heal, acknowledge it, acknowledge all of the facets of it, hold people accountable and make no excuses for my abuser. And first of all, and it's not my fault. I didn't do this to myself. And so when you do that and you get it out that way, it puts you in a position where you can move on and you can be free. The thing, we have put together a book and an audio program that allows people to listen to this stuff in the car and be able to just refer to it in their notes in the book. And that's something that you need to get. You can get that on our website at planetseedmedia.com or an electronic version at amazon.com. And if you know you need extra support, what we do is we have a process here in our practice where we work with people who've been through molestation. We call it the Molestation Healing School on a monthly basis, and they stay in contact with us. They're members to our program, and we are dealing with overcoming molestation issues, and some people do need more care than others in doing that, and that's what our staff is here to do. It's here to support you through your issues and get you where you want to be. This is about freedom. This is about just being who you want to be. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. And so I accept that. You've got to accept that. And I am here to help you. If you want to be a part of our Molestation Healing School and get further care, further treatment to get better, we take some time to really work with our clients to work through it and detox from this process, because it is a process that requires detox. It damages the human spirit, and it calls for us to build some serious trust up and build ourselves back up. After we decompress from someone's violation of us, then we have to build ourselves up, and that's what our Molestation Healing School is about. You can log onto our website. There's more information about that there. Please join us for it. It will be something that's extremely empowering. Well, this is Dr. Jesse Jackson III. I'm so happy for you. I'm happy for you that you've taken this step, you've watched this video, and you have said, listen, I'm taking my life back. I don't want to live with that quiet pain, because it is a pain that no man or woman can live with. And for so many, this occurrence of molestation has guided our life in a very negative way. And now it's time to take our life back. I'm here for you, and always remember, every single thing in life is a seed. Plant only what you want to grow. I'll see you next time.